What is going on, guys? It's Dan the Man, aka Daniel's son, and we are talking the Falcon and the Winter Soldier season finale spoiler review. Now, I was able to sit on this because I watched Mortal Kombat instead of watching. I did end up watching after watching Mortal Kombat and uploading that review video, watching the episode while it was uploading the Mortal Kombat review. I just didn't do the live stream like I usually do. So it was definitely me sitting on this episode and really kind of thinking about the things I liked, the things I didn't, the overall series and what I thought about it. And I came to the conclusion that I thought the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was just okay. The series as a whole is just okay. I feel like there could have been a lot more. Was a lot more potential in the series that just didn't really execute really well. The main problem I had with the season finale and the overall series is the Flag Smashers. The Flag Smashers storyline, the villains do not work in this series. And you can't even really call Zemo the main villain, right? He was there for maybe big 2 episodes, and then he went away, basically. So I just would really even call Zemo really a crazy ass villain against. He never fought against Sam and Bucky, really. He actually worked with them. So the Flag Smashers were the villains, and this season finale really kind of the weight of it. It's the same feeling I had with Spider-Man Far From Home, where I felt like there was no weight. There was no never felt like Spidey was in danger. In this season finale, I felt like a lot of the action sequences really done well. The cinematography really good. Like I said, the whole show looks fantastic. It looks like an actual something that would be on the big screen. Special effects, here and there, it's a little iffy, but it's still really well done. Fights were great. It's just there was no weight to them. I never once did I think Bucky and Sam were gonna fail in this episode. What I wanted in this episode was not to hate Carly, but I hate Carly. I don't like this character. I don't like the Flag Smashers. I think they're one of the most boringest so-called villains in this series. I just do not care about them. I don't. And I know I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people feel annoyed by this character, Carly. To the very end, she still, to me, was annoying. And I know Sam made this big old speech about her cause and how we shouldn't label them terrorists, but she knew what she was doing. What she was doing. It baffles me that she tells Walker when he comes in, I didn't mean to kill your friend. What do you expect, Carly? So that one time when they did a little timeout and Haskins was dead, you said it yourself in that same damn episode that you got to do what you got to do. That you going killing people. You don't see it as killing people, and she makes she makes excuses, and it's back and forth with her, which no, no. Before I get into the negatives, I'm going to want to go to the positives. Sam and Bucky, I really think what's great about these series, these standalone Disney Plus series, is that it fleshes out the character more. Bucky is not like Winter Soldier no more. He's back to original Bucky from Captain America: First Avenger, which I like and I don't like because I love the brutality and the aggressiveness and just the overall awesomeness of the Winter Soldier, but he can't stay that character forever. He has to. I like the kind of redemption he's getting, especially at the end of this episode where he finally, tells the old man that he killed his son. And I did like the edit of that scene. They didn't really linger on into the two conversations. They really kind of they got to it. They got to the point, and I still think that it was effective. So it was a really just him really great acting by Sebastian Stan. He's a phenomenal actor. If you haven't seen I, Tonya, he's amazing in that movie. So I really felt for Bucky in this one. And then Sam, man, Sam is such a likable guy. I mean, I liked him in the movies, but he's more likable here. He has that talk no jutsu. He has talk no jutsu where he's able to like express and help somebody out, and they will listen. You know, he tried to help Carly. Unfortunately, Carly did not listen. He's a good Captain America. He's going to be a phenomenal Captain America. I don't like the suit. I'll get to that in a moment. But the touching scene with him and Isaiah, oh my God, that was so good. With Isaiah, when Sam was making the speech, I thought the speech was a hit and miss, honestly. I liked it, but some of the scenes in this season finale was a little bit corny. Corny, I guess is the best way to say it. But the him and Isaiah, that's the heart. That is the heart, man. Isaiah, like, he gets his own statue, like what Sam did for him. Like, I loved it. It really touched me, especially when Isaiah gets emotional. The actor who plays Isaiah is so good. I've seen him in other stuff, but so good in this. So very good. And then, like I said, Sam is just and I like his family. We really see the things with him and his family, and just like you really get to know Sam more in this series, which I absolutely love. I think they did a great job of fleshing him and Bucky out. That was the heart of the series. That was the good stuff. I did kind of want more, I guess, more of them too interacting throughout the series, like more of like a banter, like more of a Lethal Weapon kind of deal. We didn't really get that in the series. We got a little bit of it. It was more of like they had to get to one place or another, and they had to solve this problem that they had, find Carly. But it was for what it was. They were able to flesh out these two characters. Now, Sam's suit, I'm not in love with it, guys. I mean, there's good concept. I mean, it's not the worst suit in the world. It's really goofy up top. I think what throws it off is a lot of the white, and I know it's comic book accurate, but the white and the connection to his goggles and just the whole, it really reminded me of Michael Keaton's Batman cowl. So it feels like when Anthony Mackie is moving his neck, it's so hard for him to move. So I wasn't a fan of the suit. I honestly was not a fan of the suit. I feel like there could have been way better designs. I feel like I've seen fan art that had better designs than that suit. It looked a little bit bulky. Didn't really look like it was really tight on him. It reminds me of like football players, right? You know how like the quarterbacks had a little bit more lesser pads on, and you could really see kind of like their shoulders, where you have linemen that have big pads. Like, it reminded me of the big pad kind of like shoulder pads that you usually see in football players. I like the upgrade. He needed an upgrade. I like that they, the Captain America colors, because, throughout this, when he talks to Isaiah, I always kind of just like in the back of my mind, I just want to like, I wish Steve was like in this group talk, because Steve is Captain America. He inspired so many people. He inspired Sam and Bucky. Especially Sam. Sam has taken over the mantle, and he's always going to have to be in that shadow of Steve Rogers. But I really look forward to him absolutely taking over that mantle. I think Sam is definitely the right choice. It would have been cool with Bucky, but I think Sam, as the morals and the justice and him trying to change the world to sticking to his guns, I think Sam is the perfect person to do that. I think the show, it's kind of like Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, where you don't see Joker until like the last 15 minutes. And I think it's similar to this, where you don't see Sam become that new Captain America until this last episode. And then you kind of really look forward to you wish that maybe it happened like in the middle of the season, so you could see more of like what he's going to do as the new Cap, but you look forward to future movies of him being the new Captain America. And I love, one of the things I really loved about the speech is he does state that like he doesn't have super serum, he's just a human. He's just a human being. He's a man. He's a man who has a right to fight for his country and say what he needs to say. And whatever he speaks, I think it's a lot of Anthony Mackie's doing too, where he makes it feel authentic, real, They really pushed a lot of the racial kind of issues in this episode, which this is the day and age that we're living in. You have to talk about this. Stop ignoring it. When he's talking to so the political game, like if you were gonna put politics in any TV show, you put it in here, because that's all about, like, it's all about politics, right? It's all about, like, with when Steve was it was all about Hydra, which was aka like the Nazism, but it's and just overall, like inner workings of like the establishment, the government or whatever. But with this one, it's you. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with them bringing in a lot of the issues that are going on, because this is the right time to do it. I will say though, the speech was a little bit corny. There were some corny moments in here, but Anthony Mackie, bravo, he does such a great job in delivering a lot of his lines and delivering a lot of his speeches, because this talk no jutsu is very effective. I actually think he does a phenomenal job with that. So it's the board meeting, right? And the whole scene where the cameras are on him and stuff, that was a little okay, yeah. And then the senators say, well, you don't understand. Of course, you don't understand. Now let's get into the main problem I have with this, right? If you didn't like Sharon Carter like me before, and you did like the one scene where she was a badass, she was kicking ass, but if you didn't like her before, you ain't gonna like her now. She's the power broker. Makes no sense. It's really stupid. Peggy Carter would be absolutely ashamed. It does make this... I mean, you do feel bad about Sharon because she did risk her neck, and like Sam totally forgot about her. They didn't even mention the kiss, right, with her and Steve this whole season. So, and she's kind of in and out. So she's the power broker, and it was like a big disappointment. Like, it was very predictable, especially with the last episode. You see that scene, and you're like, oh yeah, Sharon Carter seems to be the power broker. Her interaction with Carly, like, it just felt like I just didn't care. I really didn't care about that. I still don't care about Sharon. I don't think this character is that appealing. Is that I was kind of waiting for I heard that maybe a cameo would happen with Natasha's sister. I was waiting for that one. But with Sharon, it's like okay, I guess, quoting the Red Letter Media kind of little quip, I guess. Her getting her pardon, finally, her getting shot. Like, I mean, there's, of course she has to kill Carly, right? Because she knows everything, and Sam doesn't find out anything about Sharon. I was hoping that Sam like figures it out or something like that, because I honestly don't give a shit about Sharon's character. Honestly, I'm sorry, I just don't. I feel bad for the actress, because I don't know. There's just something not there that makes me attached to her at all. I mean, it's intriguing though, now that she's going to be like coming back to work, for where her position before, and she's going to be able to get, she's playing double agent, right? She's going to be able to get a lot of secrets, a lot of, but it baffles me that, so there's no more, she was doing the super soldier serum, but then she was like, she showed Bucky and Sam and Zemo, the guy who created, like, it's odd, right? It's so odd. Speaking of Zemo, I love how his butler just like gets rid of all the other flag smashers. That was great. Zemo's gonna definitely be coming back. I didn't think he was at the raft. I thought he was at Wakanda, maybe in their cell or something like that. But he's at the I think it's called the raft, where we saw in Civil War. Where they put all the meta humans basically. Even though they put Hawkeye in there. So yeah, like I did like, so I look forward to see Zemo back. He really like he really captured my heart the last time he was there. And he's a character that is still a man of his word, which I absolutely love. And I think that's fantastic. You need villains like that. I don't even know if you call him a villain because he worked with Sam and Buck, but I guess you call him a villain because he's still killing people. But he's great. He's great. I look forward to future stuff with him. I do want to see Red Skull back in this though. So let's talk about Walker, right? Let's talk about new Cap. How's Carly kicking your ass? How is Carly kicking your ass? And you're supposed to be this decorated, soldier. he did a good job on the Shield. I gotta say, he did a good job on the Shield. Now, the problem with the series I had too was they tried to make Walker a sympathetic character too, and it works sometimes, but like they really turn his villainy like really up. Like when he becomes a villain, he becomes a villain. But then they try to go back and like, oh no, but he has a wife and he lost a friend, and look at him save all the staff meeting there in the van. Like he could have took out Carly, but he did what he was right. And then they put a lot of comedic elements with him in this episode, like when they get the rest of the Flag Smashers, him and Buck. When wasn't I think her Madam Hydra or whatever, Louise Dreyfus, she makes some agent, was it what was it, like agent something, agent souls, secret agent, whatever. Like he's like, yeah, I'm back, baby. Yeah, like it's very odd to me because like we get to like him being serious and talking about the death of his friend to the family and like him losing his mind, and then you get to this episode and you're like, this is a really complete 180 when you started off in this episode, and now you're like joking and smiling. It was very odd. It was very odd. I do like how he made that decision, and he let Carly, he knew that he still has morals in him. So even though it's not executed really well throughout the whole season, it still like does affect you a little bit, and I do like it, like where he's just not straight insane and he goes batshit crazy and he's going to be a crazy ass villain. It's more of like, he does have morals. He does have a wife. He does have thoughts and feelings. He's just not a Bane. He's just not a Batman Forever Bane. And then what's crazy is George St. Pierre dies in this episode, and I was like, oh well, there goes that character. They didn't really use him to his full effect. I think he would have been a really cool more fight scenes with it. The fight scenes were good. They're always good in this series. But they're like, I guess we expect more. We expect because when we heard this was happening, we're like, shit, we're getting Winter Soldier fights. Like we're getting some hand-to-hand knife fighting here. Yeah, that's not the case. The Russos was the one that did that. They brought, I believe, the guys who did John Wick to help with that. I think, I'm not sure. With this, the choreography is good. It just, you feel like it should be elevated, right? There's a nice little flight action scene with Sam, like a nice motorcycle scene with Bucky. I like how he just like slams into the little the pillar and then he goes flying into the Flag Smasher. So that was pretty cool. Carly, Carly's elusive. I can see why they had her, because she's like smaller, but she still has that super strength and stuff. I'm very surprised she got the better hand of Walker. That didn't make sense to me. Walker, so Carly and the Flag Smashers, yeah, they're the biggest disappointment to me, honestly. I think the show got brought down because just of them. It wasn't fleshed out. It wasn't interesting. They didn't make it as interesting as they could. It was just So there was no little secret cameos really. There was no big reveals, twists at the end. There was really no. I guess the only setup would be Sharon. That's about it. And then of course Sam being the new Cap, Bucky. Giving the book back to the therapist, with all the names crossed. Like Bucky has moved forward. He's moved on. He even was thanked for saving people. Like that was like a trip to him. You could see it in his face. I love how they all get together, celebrating with the boat. I really want Bucky to smash on Sam's sister. I want those two to hook up. I'm a romantic. I like that. And I like how he's playing with the kids with his arm. That was great. I like that. Overall, the series as a whole, I thought it's just okay, guys. If we're really going to be honest, it was okay. Marvel seems, when it comes to television, that they have great moments. They have great episodes. This is including Wanda. But then there is moments where like it lets you down. It's not what it seems, and whatever they give you, it's kind of disappointing. there is those moments. There is that stuff there where you just kind of feel like, this could have been better. That's including Wanda, and that's including this series. These two series are not 10 out of 10 in my opinion. In my opinion, there's enjoyment, but there is nothing. I guess it's a good start for them. But if you're looking for something like Netflix Daredevil or Jessica Jones or something deep like that, you're not going to get that in these series. You're going to get, with this one, straightforward action, spyish kind of stuff, like a James Bond kind of deal. A little bit more, what I appreciate, fleshed out characters that we don't necessarily focus on in the movies as much as we should, or, as much. Wanda was the same. So, but what you're going to get, you will get fun out of these, and you will get entertainment out of it. But you're not going to get a deep, like crazy deep shit. You're not going to get Russo Brothers Winter Soldier. I would even say you're not going to get like Infinity War type script, right? You're going to get more of a kind of on the nose. This is exactly what the trailer is showing you. This is exactly what it is. With Wanda, it was a little bit more different because it was a different type of cat, different kind of beast. But in the long run, it kind of like, you got to get through some of the stuff to get to good parts. And at the season finale on that one, it was just okay too. So this series is okay. I enjoyed aspects of it. I do look forward to seeing Loki. I think Loki is probably going to be the best one out of all these guys. And I do look forward to seeing where Sam and Bucky's characters go from here. So thank you guys for listening. What did you guys think about the series as a whole? Be honest with yourself. What did you think of it as a whole? If I had to rate the whole series, I would rate it. I'd give it it's an average 7 out of 10. It's fine. It's good. There's great moments in there, but then there's also not so great moments in there. It's something that's not going to leave a lasting impression like, let's say, other properties that Marvel's had, like Daredevil. I just said Daredevil earlier. So, but it's for what it was. It was fine. It was fine. I think Loki's going to be a lot better. Like the video. It would help the channel out. It would bring the channel more people, views, all that stuff, the algorithm or whatever it's called. And then also subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate that. And welcome to the channel. Have more movies, TV, all that good stuff, reviews, even music. So check it all out. But man, was the Isaiah stuff so good. So good. I hope he comes back in the future. It's future Marvel stuff, especially going back to maybe his story. I would like to see his story, maybe animated or adaptation. So I'm Dan Man, aka Dan's son. I'll see you guys for Loki. See ya.